Going on, guys? It's your boy Tom Talks Rubbish, and today I'm back with another video. Following on from a video where I updated my top 10 favourite movies list, I thought today I would update my top 10 favourite TV shows list. So let's get into it. Again, this is an updated one from a video I put up last year. So some have stayed the same, some have changed, and I'm just going to tell you what they are and why I like them. So let's get into it with number 10 being 24 Hours in A&E. Spoiler alert, this is the only non-scripted, reality-based show on my list. I think I like this show so much because they tell really good stories. They don't pick out sob stories, but they pick people to film that do connect with other people and have similar stories, and it's weird. Like, you can imagine yourself in the scenario that a lot of them end up in, and it's very sort of eye-opening and almost tear-jerking. So yeah, that's why I like that show. Let's get into the next one with number 9 being The Blacklist. This show stars James Spader as Raymond Reddington, who is the main character, a fugitive from the law who basically turns himself in to the FBI in exchange for a deal where he helps them track down ruthless criminals that they don't even know exist. So I think I like this show so much because of the Raymond and Elizabeth dynamic. Elizabeth Keane is sort of the second main character, who is played by, I think her name's Megan Booth. I should have looked this up before starting. But yeah, I think I like this show so much because story points all follow along. Like, if you miss one episode, you're like, what happened? Why did I miss this? Like, they do it previously, beforehand, but you always think, oh, what did I miss? Like, but I like how it all follows along, and it basically rewards viewers for sticking with it so long. Like, a story from season 1 could come up in season 8, for example. So yeah, but again, I like it because they almost have, Elizabeth and Raymond almost have a father-daughter dynamic where he's always trying to protect her from stuff she doesn't even know she needs protection from, if that makes any sense. And I like the fact, because even though some of his lines shouldn't be funny, the way James Spader delivers some of Raymond's lines are really funny. So yeah. Number 8, and this is a bit of an obvious one, is Only Fools and Horses. I spoke about this in a top 10 list I did, where I did my top 10 favourite Only Fools and Horses episodes of all time. But yeah, you can watch this at any age and relate to any of the characters. Some of the humour, because it was made in the 80s to 2000s, might not pass so much today, but a lot of the character moments and story still holds up. And some of the humour is still really funny. For example, you have David Jason's Del Boy falling through the bar. Rodney and Del Boy dressed up as Batman and Robin. It just makes me laugh every time. Again, very similar to my favourite movies. It's a show that, say I'm flicking through TV channels and half an episode has been on, I can just put it on and still know it off by heart. So yeah. Number 7, and this is cheating technically, but the CSI franchise. Yes, this is technically a top 12. Sorry, top 13, but oh well, life goes on. I'm not including Cyber in this because I hate that show so much. But anyway, I really like the CSI franchise. I think this was the first crime drama I ever got into when I was younger, and I really like how they're investigative. They show you like procedures for DNA, fingerprints, etc. But there's also really good characters in them, especially in later seasons. You see a lot more character development, which I really enjoy. So yeah. And then I really like how, once again, there's there's also moments. Sometimes it can follow on. Sometimes it's just the case of the week. And on a very rare occasion, all three shows team up, and I really enjoy that. Number 6 is The Big Bang Theory. Once again, I've spoke about this in previous videos, but I love The Big Bang Theory so much. It's so funny in my opinion, and I really enjoy how you can watch it at any age and find something funny. And for me personally, as I'm a bit of a nerd myself, I really like how the nerds are rooted for and not picked on in this series. Some of my favourite moments, no, I won't say that actually, because I'm going to do a list in the future of my favourite Big Bang Theory moments. But yeah, I really enjoy how you can always enjoy a Big Bang Theory episode. You can always find a character to root for as well. Whether you're a girl, they have hot girls in there so you can root for them. Whether you're a nerdy girl, whether you're a nerdy boy, whether you're a popular kid, you can find characters to root for. Number 5 is NCIS. This is only because there's 3 NCISs. I think I would include only the Washington DC version in this list. So, but again, so many good episodes. Once again, we will do a top 10 list of my favourite NCIS episodes. But I really enjoy how you've got the leader, Jethro Gibbs, played by Mark Harmon, who has so many rules. And he's such a complex, detailed character that has such a dark and violent past that I really enjoy how. But again, he's got a heart of gold and you can root for him all the time. Same with most of the characters. They've all got something in their past that motivated them to become NCIS agents, which I really enjoy. And also, this will be an unpopular opinion, I enjoy cast members leaving because it's had a lot of cast member changes, which I'm sure we'll get to in another video, that have strengthened the show in my opinion and given it more life. Like you had Michael Weatherly leave in season 13, and the character of Tony DiNozzo left, which was brought in by the character of replaced by the character of Nick Torres, and that added another dynamic. Cody DiPablo left in season 11, so Ziba David had to be written out, and that brought in Emily Wisham, which brought in her character Ellie Bishop, which created another dynamic. And yeah, I really enjoy that, really. Number 4 is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Another comedy that, again, you can find any character to root for. Whether you're a cocky person like myself, I suppose, and you can find Jake Peralta to root for. Whether you're a bit nerdy and you can find Amy to root for. Whether you want to be a badass and you root for Rosa. Again, it's a show about detectives, but it shows the funny side of them, and just so many funny moments. I think my favourite character would have to be Raymond Holt, because again, he plays the straight man a lot to their comedy antics and just has this deadpan look all the time. But on the odd chance he gets to show his comedy chops too, I really enjoy that. Number 3 is How to Get Away with Murder. Speaking of story, of shows that follow along, you cannot just stick a How to Get Away with Murder episode on halfway through. You'd be very lost. So like, it's basically this defence attorney called Annalise Keating basically is a law professor as well, and she picks 6 students to start off with to basically work at her law company. But little do they know that they end up locked into a murder plot and then they eventually end up killing her husband, and other bits happen where one character dies. I'm trying not to spoil too much, which leads to a ripple effect of FBI informants and other things happening, and it all follows on. It's my favourite type of storytelling because you're rewarded for sticking with the show. Number 2 is Criminal Minds. Again, I've spoke about this in my top 10 Criminal Minds video episodes before, but I love this show because, again, you can understand, because getting into the mind of a killer, you can understand that what a different choice by their parents or a different choice by them, they might not be in that position. But again, I really love the character dynamics in this show. I love Derek and Penelope's relationship, which is almost flirty but wouldn't go step over the line. I love I don't know. I love how in the end team leaders changed a lot. Team dynamics again changed because people left, and yeah, I just really enjoyed this show. Check it out if you haven't. And number 1, this might be very obvious because I've done a lot of content on it, but it's Castle. For those of you that don't remember, Castle is a show where Nathan Fillion's character, Richard Castle, follows Stana Katic's character, a writer, follows Stana Katic's character, Detective Kate Beckett, around to research his novels. But it's so much more than that. It's so much more complex because he has a dark past. She has a dark past. And they sort of merge together. And then to investigate both crimes. And they fall in love. They end up having kids. It's very emotional. There's so many emotional moments. Again, I'm trying not to spoil too much because I really want you to check this show out. Because I feel like it's almost a cult classic. But anyway, guys, those are my top 10 favourite TV shows. Let me know yours in the comments below. Let me know what other content with these TV shows you'd like to see. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!